Konnichiwa and welcome to the Race to 100 for October. So we're going to kick off with that 100th show that I've watched, the one that helped me reach my goal, and like I said, it's an awesome one, so let's move on to that review. The self-anointed mad scientist nuked bananas into some gelatinous version of the future. Or maybe it was the past. Doesn't matter. No one thought he could do it, but he did it anyway. He sent text messages through time to people he knew, to his friends, some of them female, pretty. He should have been more careful, he should have stopped. Tampering with the time-space continuum attracts unwelcome attention. Clandestine organisations of nefarious origins take notice. CERN, always watching. Akari knows he can feel their eyes. That's why he started a top-secret Future Gadget Lab, to stop them. You should join. We get to wear lab coats and it's dangerous. Danger is exciting because it's deadly. The microwave is a time machine. Now, from that I've been watching Steins Gate. Started on the 1st of the 10th and finished it on the 6th of the 10th. Now, Steins Gate for me, I can't really go into the story too much apart from what you heard there from the DVD synopsis, because it would be spoiler territory galore, to be honest with you. There's so much that you could talk about with this show, and then before you know it, spoilers would happen. So I'm going to avoid talking about the story altogether. Apart from what you heard on the DVD synopsis, that's all I'm going to tell you. What I will say to you is that this is full of so many twists and turns and cliffhangers and jaw on the floor moments that you will find, like me, your jaw was aching because it literally just dropped to the point of dropping to the floor, gobsmacked. Can't believe what has just happened, and just for that this series is definitely worth picking up. To be honest with you, the characters, all of them, work really well together. There's a lot of fantastic on-screen chemistry, and it's specifically between Kuruso Makise and Akarin. Now, Akarin's the kind of character that you absolutely love to watch. He is the kind of guy that you know, he sort of has a reminiscence feel of Onizuka for me. You know, he has got that sort of crazy side to him, and he calls himself a mad scientist, but there is a shred of humanity there again. And to be honest with you, I found that he is generally, again, a fantastic character to watch. The way that he goes through the motions, the way that you see him in his good times, the way you see him in his bad times, it works really, really well. And although he has got this sort of edge to his character, you always feel like you can understand how he's feeling at that given time. As the series sort of progresses, we have more characters that show up. We have a roster that expands quite a bit, and all the characters work really well together. And even though there's one in there, Moeka, who doesn't really say very much, she still works quite well in the series. And for me, I found that obviously Kuruso Makise would be the highlight. I absolutely love the character of Kuruso Makise, because Kurusu, I should say, not Kuruso, because obviously she is your typical tsundere, and she does have those whole tsundere moments, and they even tease her about being a tsundere. But she also has these other moments where you feel that she is generally a strong character, and that she could quite easily, if she wanted to, carry the show herself. Of course, the show wouldn't be anything without Akarin, because he is literally the main protagonist, he is literally the star of the show. But how it actually escalates, for me, I felt it was an absolutely amazing, mind-blowing journey, to be honest with you. And this is, again, definitely a highlight of this year. I'm going to have a very, very difficult time trying to narrow down 10 highlights of this year at the end of the year, because it's going to be a nightmare for me. I can see it coming. But Steins Gate is an absolutely mind-blowing series, it really is, and I loved it. The second part really starts to gain momentum, and you really start to feel that the story is shifting. And I mean, to be honest with you, end of part 1, I could not get hold of the second DVD any quicker, to be honest with you. If I had to wait for that, I would have been climbing the walls and screaming, I need to see what happens. So I will say to you that it really does grip you in. Now, as I mentioned, it is quite quite a dark show. It has some dark moments, so obviously the animation sort of portrays that. There's a lot of sort of moments where you feel that this is a sort of slightly gloomy, you know, maybe a little bit depressing in places, kind of feel to the animation, but it all works really, really well, and I definitely recommend it. And as you get to see, there are some comedy moments in there as well. There's a bit of hilarity, you know, japes, shenanigans, all that kind of stuff happening, as well as this very serious plot that's running through the show, very evenly intertwined, I should put it, in there as well. So it works out that it can be quite serious, but it can also be quite funny as well. So that's why I would say that it's definitely worth picking up. Now the music, the opening theme is very catchy, and the ending theme again very catchy. The original soundtrack works very well to the point of your spine is tingling from the music. You know, you feel goosebumps shooting up on your arms because of the whole feeling of how the show is going. So I would say to you that this is definitely one that you need to pick up, because it is an absolutely, again, jaw-dropping series. And again, I thank Anime Fan Grant 62 and Blaze Vincent for recommending it to me, because I remember them saying how amazing it is, and usually when I go into the series that they've recommended to me, I expect epicness, as I've said this before. And again, Steins Gate delivered 100%. I couldn't have been happier with the series as a whole. I couldn't have been happier with the ending. Everything for me, I was very happy with, to be honest with you. So I definitely again recommend Steins Gate. So on to the next show. So that is it for the Race to 100. I have watched 100 shows, and I have completed the challenge set to me by Blaze Vincent to watch 100 shows in a year. However, I've watched more than 100. So how many more have I watched? Well, we will find out now, as I will continue with the Race to 100, giving you those anime reviews and just showing you just how many I've watched right up until the end of December. So stay tuned for the next review in the Race to 100, and that is Queen's Blade Rebellion. So until that video, I'll say thanks for watching, sayonara.